My client was detained at JFK. He has a green card, but they said he overstayed an ESTA visa, which is like a tourist visa for people from certain first world countries who don't actually need a visa. They can travel as a tourist. So he overstayed an ESTA visa in the past, even though he's now married to a US citizen and is a permanent resident. They are giving him the option to return to his home country or to go before an immigration judge. Can someone please speak to me regarding this? It's very time sensitive. Hey guys, welcome back. So this week I'm posting a couple videos that specifically talk about issues immigration attorneys have been having with their clients. I'm in a bunch of like private message boards with just immigration attorneys where we help each other out with different issues. We brainstorm ideas, come up with strategies together. And a lot of the information I get and knowledge I get, practical insights are from these groups. We've actually become a pretty close-knit community. And today I want to read to you a post that another attorney recently posted. This was actually like 2 weeks ago, but I just came across it. The attorney said, "My client was detained at JFK. He has a green card, but they said he overstayed an ESTA visa, which is like a tourist visa for people from certain first world countries who don't actually need a visa. They can travel as a tourist. So he overstayed an ESTA visa in the past, even though he's now married to a US citizen and is a permanent resident. They are giving him the option to return to his home country or to go before an immigration judge. Can someone please speak to me regarding this? It's very time sensitive." So this was posted like 2 weeks ago, and since then the client has been released. It turned out he was only detained for a couple hours. And in the comment section of this post, most of the attorneys are saying, do not sign the I-407 to abandon his green card and go back to his home country. He should definitely ask to speak to an immigration judge. So ultimately what happened was the person refused to sign the I-407 to voluntarily abandon his green card, even though the immigration officers were heavily pressuring him to do so, were threatening to keep him detained until he sees a judge. So he refused. He asked to see an immigration judge. And then within a couple hours, he was actually released with a notice to appear in immigration court. And I actually have no reason to believe they're going to have problems in immigration court. It's very likely that the removal proceedings will be terminated because this person is not deportable. What's striking about this is, one, the person is a permanent resident, and two, this happened at JFK Airport in New York City. JFK Airport is one of the more liberal airports. In fact, when my clients have like questionable immigration history and they're taking a bit of a gamble by flying back to the US, I'll often say, like, you're gonna probably have the best chances of success at JFK Airport in New York City or LAX in Los Angeles, because these airports just deal with like the heaviest flow of immigrants. So if any minor issues are likely to be forgiven or not scrutinized heavily, it's more likely to happen at these airports. But, you know, as this case shows us, it's not guaranteed. And one of the comments to this post from other attorneys was, "This is why we're telling our permanent resident clients not to travel internationally," which is particularly difficult for me because I've been telling my permanent resident clients that, one, if you have no criminal history, and two, if you limit your departure and you don't spend too much time outside of the US, there's a really high probability that you're not going to have any problems coming in. And that 99% of these people who are permanent residents being harassed or interrogated at airports trying to re-enter the US either have criminal history, some prior history of like immigration fraud, or some other major issue. It's not a clean case. But what this attorney described in this post, to me, is a clean case, unless there was something else that the attorney didn't mention. So I was really surprised to see that this happened. I'm glad to see that the person was actually released after a couple hours with a notice to appear. It's BS that happened. You shouldn't get a notice to appear as a permanent resident for this reason. And any attorney who understands immigration law will be able to defend this person successfully in immigration court. So I'm optimistic, but it sucks for that person that this happened. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you an update. The purpose of this video is not to scare people, but to just, keep you apprised of the realities as they're happening. I still tell my permanent resident clients that they can travel and they're unlikely to have any issues coming back as long as they limit their travel, keep the departure short, don't have any criminal immigration problems. But, I also am probably going to caveat that now with, in the rare event that customs officers give you problems coming back, just remember, do not sign Form I-407 to voluntarily abandon your green card, no matter what they say, until you speak with your attorney, because that might not be fixable. All right, guys, that's the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to stay up to date on immigration law and policy as it happens on the ground from an immigration lawyer's perspective, subscribe to my channel. If you need to speak to an immigration attorney, or you have a case, or you want to apply for a green card or citizenship, or you unfortunately received a notice to appear in immigration court, you could schedule a consultation directly with me, Puyan Darian. I'm an immigration attorney and I handle these cases nationwide. You can find my direct booking link for a consultation in the video description below, and I'll see you guys next time for another video.